Hello everyone, welcome to GooCampus. This is Ashwini with you. The main purpose of this video is to answer all your questions in regard to higher specialty training in UK. As a team, we do try and answer all the emails and calls and WhatsApp messages which we've been receiving. But as the NEET PG counseling is progressing, we see we are receiving more number of emails and it's getting tougher for us to reply back to each and every email. And what we see is most of the emails have similar questions. So hence, we are coming forward with a video which will answer most of the questions which you are sending us by emails, and I'm sure these are the questions which even you have in your mind in terms of what should I do, how should I do, how do we start in regard to doing your higher specialty training in UK. So the first question is, what is PLAB exam? So the Professional and Linguistic Assessment Board test is the main route for the overseas international medical graduates to practice the safe medicine in the United Kingdom. PLAB is aimed to test the basic necessary skills and the clinical knowledge of the candidates wishing to practice medicine in the UK. PLAB exam is conducted by the General Medical Council in the UK. So PLAB is basically a two-part exam, part 1 and part 2. So part 1 has got 180 questions and you have 3 hours of time. PLAB 2 has got 18 stations with approximately 8 minutes for each station. So the next question that you all have on mind is, fine, I've decided for the PLAB exam. Now, where is it exactly held or when can I give the exam? So, PLAB 1 exam is held in India and a lot many countries. And when can I give the exam? PLAB 1 happens 4 times a year. That is in March, June, September and November. Earlier, that is still last year, PLAB 1 was happening in India only in the month of March and November. But now, due to high demand, PLAB 1 is happening all 4 times in India. So, the next question that we are getting frequently asked is, when can I book my PLAB 1 test? What is required to book my PLAB 1 test? Or am I eligible to book my PLAB 1 exams? So basically, you can look at your screens now. Any student who has completed MBBS, that is a primary medical qualification from a recognized university. Suppose we do get many inquiries where the university is not recognized by the GMC. So what you can do also, we've written, if the university is not recognized by GMC, the candidate will have to write to GMC asking for the university to be recognized. You should complete internship as per the GMC guidelines, qualify the language test such as IELTS or OET. So basically, you can book your PLAB 1 exam after you pass your IELTS or OET exam. So you should have evidence of your English scores as per the GMC requirement to book your PLAB test. Along with that, you should have details of your primary medical qualification. If you have these two, you can go ahead and book your PLAB 1 exams. So the next question that we get to hear a lot is, what is the preparation time for the PLAB 1? How long does it take? Or how early should I start? So generally, I'm telling this based on all our students who've prepared and who've written the exam. The time required to prepare for your PLAB 1 is somewhere between 3 to 5 months of time. So it depends on how many hours you're able to dedicate for your studies. So the next question that we see mostly is, should I go for PLAB 1 coaching or is self-study sufficient? Now this completely depends on you. There is no yes or no answer for this. We come across various kinds of students. Some doctors would say, no, I will just do 1700 MCQs. This is enough for me. I know I will definitely pass. There are some doctors who come for our face-to-face live coaching, who also take up our online coaching. They also subscribe to our online course and they take up the MCQs. And there are some doctors who say, no, you're providing only 6 days coaching or 4 weekend classes. We need more longer course. We need more training. So we are traveling to UK for a longer course. So each person's requirement is different. It's up to you how much you want to study. So as of now, we are running our 4 weekend live online classes from UK. We announced it for 30 seats and in just a week's time, we were done with 30 bookings. So there are a lot of doctors who do take up additional coaching. So if you want to make sure that you prepare the best, there is no harm in taking coaching and making sure that you're prepared your best to give your exams. And I guess this is the one which is most commonly asked. Is PLAB exam easy, tough, or what is the PLAB passing score? Now PLAB exam is really not that tough. If you're focused and if you prepare well, PLAB is easier to crack. The pass percentage, the latest pass percentage has been put up on GMC official website. It's somewhere between 66 to 67%. 67%. So last year it was around 68 to 69%. And what is the passing score? Now the latest passing score, the latest exam was in the month of March, and the results will come generally after 1 month. So the latest exam passing score was 117. So as I informed before, PLAB 1 exam is for 180 marks. So generally the average passing score is between 117 to 121. Now the next, moving on, after I pass my PLAB 1, how soon can I book my PLAB 2 exam date? Now generally after you pass your PLAB 1 exam, you can see in your GMC account the whole list of PLAB dates, the available dates, and the fee amount and the booking details. So it's up to you how early do you want to book. But generally students do book once the PLAB 1 results are out. Generally they book 2 to 3 months after the results. So, and also about how many times does PLAB 2 happen. So generally PLAB 2 exams happen throughout the year. The available dates, you can see it on your GMC account. You can book the date whichever is convenient for you. So then moving on, how much or what is the time required to prepare for PLAB 2? So we provide 1 month of coaching and practice in Manchester for your PLAB 2 exams. So you can start your pre-preparation from India and go to UK and start your intense preparation. So approximately the time taken to prepare for PLAB 2 is somewhere between 6 to 8 weeks. Now I guess this is the most important question. Not only doctors, we also get a lot of parents asking about this. How do I start after I pass my PLAB exam? Or in put it across, what is the start of the training as a doctor in the UK? Or how is the training program structured in the UK to become a specialist? So basically a doctor's training, or if you put it as postgraduate specialty training or residency in the UK, can be divided into 3 parts. That is foundation year, next is core training, or you can say internal medicine training, and then higher specialty training. So as you can see on your screens now, if you've completed internship in your home country, you can start from FY2, that is 1 year in UK. After you sign your foundation year competencies, you'll be moving forward with internal medicine training or core training depending on the specialty that you want to do. So you'll have to pass your membership exams during this core training time, whether it is MRCP or MRCS or MRCPCH, MRCOG. Every training pathway has a membership exam. So you'll have to pass these exams during your core training. After you pass this, you'll have to apply for higher specialty training. So that, depending on the specialty that you want to do, the number of years of training differs, somewhere between 3 to 5 years. So once you finish your specialty certificate exams, you will be awarded with CCT. So to put it together for you, if you want to become a specialist in UK, depending on the specialty you choose, approximately it takes between 7 to 9 years. So moving on, I think this we get to hear a lot from students. If I clear my MRCP or MRCS or MRCPCH, for that matter any other membership exams from India, can I directly get a specialty training or a ST3 or a ST4 post? Full completion of MRCP doesn't make you directly eligible to apply for ST3 or ST4 posts. Doing core training or the IMT will fulfill the requirement of competencies required for you to apply for your ST3 or ST4 position. If you haven't done IMT, then you have to demonstrate that you have the experience and competencies equivalent to a IMT trainee doctor. So sample person specification for ST post is put across on your screens now for your better understanding. The official link is also mentioned in the description below. So as you can clearly see specification, one of the requirement is you should have done IMT training or let's say core training in UK. So if you don't have that, you should demonstrate that you have competencies equivalent to a IMT trainee doctor. I guess this is also for a lot of students who tell us, I don't want to do via PLAB. PLAB is a little time consuming process because I have to start with my PLAB preparation. I have to go there, do my FY2. Instead of that, can I just directly pass MRCP from India and then apply for ST? So this is for all the doctors who have this query on mind. When we tell them, no, you do not meet the required competency. So if you're aiming at a very niche specialty, it's always better you start from your basic level. So moving on, I guess this is one of the most common query which all the doctors or even parents have whenever we start talking to them. This is what we come across. They think that there's actually tuition fees. So what is the tuition fees to do specialty training in UK? It is zero. There is no tuition fees or university fee to do your higher specialty training in UK. Postgraduate specialty training in the UK is not a university degree. As mentioned above, universities have no role to play in postgraduate specialty training. In the UK, you train while you work. Therefore, there is no tuition fees. Ideally, you are well paid as a doctor. So moving on, which specialty is more competitive in UK? I guess this is what all of you have on mind. Like in India, once we get a rank, government fees is very less, so competition is very high. Private medical colleges, each state differs in terms of their fee structure, but it's still relatively a bit reasonable compared to a lot of deemed universities. So students who are a little, kind of having a little below ranks, who can't meet the government quota seat requirement, they move on to private colleges. Many doctors with a little bit of bigger ranks who can't get merit seat in private colleges, they move on to management and NRI section. So at least in India, we know along with qualifying, if you can pay the required tuition fees, you can get whatever specialty you want to. But in UK, it is not like that. You will have to work hard, you will have to build your portfolio, you will have to build your competencies. Only then you will be able to make yourself eligible to apply for a particular specialty training. So this is one common query which we had, where students were asking which is the most competitive specialty, which is the specialty which is IMG friendly. So the competition ratios of 2019 is put across on your screens now for your quick reference. The official link is also mentioned in the description below. So you can see on your screens very clearly the competency ratio has been put up, where you can see the number of applications, the number of posts available. So first one, as you can see, it's internal medicine. The number of posts available is 1,563 and the number of applications was around 2,229. So like that, you can see for each specialty how many posts were available and how many applications came in for a particular post. So to summarize, the specialties which are a little easily accessible is internal medicine, pediatrics, psychiatry, and a couple of others which you can see where the competition ratio is 1, 2, 2.5. So this shows that the competition ratio is a little less and it's easy for you to get. But ideally in UK, you can fight for any specialty in any recruitment round. There is no preference given to a UK citizen. Earlier, IMGs were subjected to resident labour market test. Now last year, UK modified their recruitment handbook guide 2020, where they put all medical practitioners in shortage capacity. So you can fight in round 1 interviews along with the UK local graduate if you're looking for a particular specialty. So there's no difference between you and the other application. It's all about you getting a particular specialty, depends on your own merits. You should make yourself more deserving to get a particular specialty. Moving on. I guess this is what all of you want to know. What is the salary in UK for the trainee doctors? We do come across many doctors who say that, the UK pay is not as great as US or Australia, or we've heard that UK pay is very less. Is it true? These are the common questions which we get to hear. Of course, if you go by statistics, the paymasters are Netherlands, Australia and US, but UK is not very far. UK also stands quite in top 6 to top 7. So as a doctor in trainee, you will earn a basic salary plus pay for any hours over 40 per week, a 37% enhancement for working nights, a weekend allowance and other details as you can see on your screens now. So in foundation training, you will earn a basic salary of £28,000 to £32,000. This is per annum. And if you're a doctor starting your specialty training in 2020, then your basic salary varies somewhere between £38,000 to £50,000 per annum. So which you can see on the screens now. This is taken from the official NHS website and the official link to the source is also mentioned in the description below. So finally, after all this, we get to understand we get to hear from doctors who ask us, how can GooCampus help me? Or how do you help me in my journey? journey. Now, so we assist doctors for higher training in India, UK, Australia, Germany, and shortly we are coming up with USMLE consulting. So we partner with best of academies to make sure you get the best of service. So we work along with you from your decision making stage. We understand it's a very big decision that you're making when it comes to your career, where you have to think a lot of things, pros and cons of each country, what is the recognition of the program, and what is the cost involved, what are the kind of exams, how tough or easy is the exam, will I be able to get job immediately after my exam. A lot of things that you have to think about before you start your journey, because this journey is not easy. So we start working along with you from your decision making stage, where we tell you what is the plus and minus of each country. So apart from this, when it comes to UK, we work along with you starting from your IELTS or OET preparation stage till you get into your specialty training job. So for further details on how we can assist you, or if you want to talk more further on this, you can certainly reach out to us. The contact details is mentioned in the description below. So all the best to all the doctors who are looking forward to do your PG training. Thank you.